car, driving down to Sunset Boulevard, pretty in that sundress, stole my heart, I don't really want it back, but it feels like we're just worlds apart with what we're on. It's either we put up a guard, don't talk about it.
Hi, welcome to Twisted Tidbits. Thank you for watching episode 3. I'm Logan.
And I'm Jordan.
Let's get into it. Okay, so I totally remember her telling us about a crime that happened in her hometown, and I want updates. Let's hear it.
Okay, well, technically it wasn't my hometown, but I did live there for a while.
Oh, okay.
But a while back it came back that it was a murder-suicide.
Oh.
The dad, I guess, went in the mall and then turned it on himself. And I think the news said it was a 10-year-old boy who called the police that morning. I think it was a friend that was staying there.
And did he live?
Yes, he did.
See,
I don't know if
like
it was
that
a friend or if it was one of their other kids, but yeah.
See, and like when I hear that, it reminds me of something that happened in Utah. So there was this dad and
The Sarah Powell thing?
No. No. So this is different. This was a couple years ago, or I think maybe it was last year. So this dad, him and his wife are having a hard time, and so he goes apeshit. And so he goes to his house. He murders all his children.
I seen this.
Plus
And one of them,
his wife and his mother-in-law, and then he kills himself. See, I think people who kill themselves after murdering people are fucking chicken shits. Fuck them.
They are. Like, oh my goodness.
Ooh.
I was watching this thing today. I was actually listening to this other person on YouTube who she talks about crimes all around the world, and the one that she talked about, it kind of stuck with me. It was about a girl named Madeline in California, actually, and this boy, the guy who killed her, he was actually 14 or 15 when the crime happened. They wanted to try him as an adult because he sexually assaulted her before he did it, and they wouldn't try him as an adult because they passed the law. So he will be eligible for parole. Actually, I think he will be getting released. It said October 5th or October 8th. And honestly, I feel like the parents or someone needs to start a petition to keep him in there.
I agree. If you murder someone, you should not be getting a hand slap or anything
and
like
the thing
that.
is, he knew what he did was wrong. He was watching the police look, and as soon as they got near that bin, before they even pulled her out of the recycling bin, he took off running. It's me.
Should I tell them about when I was on the phone with you and that bicycle? The biker? Okay, I guess I will tell it. She doesn't remember. So I was driving home from work, and what's traffic? We're going maybe like 30, 40 miles an hour. No, this is yesterday. Good try. I was driving home from work. I was in the fast lane, but not the express lane, just the fast lane. And I was just going home. Well, then I see this bike that is like swerving in and out of cars, but then it gets near me and it cuts me off and then goes into the express lane. Well, there's a car.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
And so this car had to slam on their brakes because they didn't want to hit the motorcycle. They actually had to almost hit the what is it? Cinder blocks? No.
The highway divider.
What is it called?
Highway divider.
The divider. Thank you. Yeah, the divider. But like the biker like looked behind him, but didn't like wave or say sorry. Like he just drove off. I'm like, what a bitch.
Well,
Ooh.
you get some that are like that.
Pisses me off.
And then there's
That's what
some
it
of them that
does.
are actually really sweet and really nice.
Oh yeah, I know multiple people that drive bikes that are really nice
Same.
and sweet.
Like one of my best friends, her pawpaw, he does, and he is the sweetest person I've ever met.
So my stepdad, he drives Harley, so he's a biker. I can't remember how old I was, but I was riding on the back of his motorcycle, and I was going to my birthday dinner. Well, I fell asleep. Yeah. And when we stopped, he he was like, "Were you asleep?" And I was like, yeah. And I was like, for a year or two, I was not allowed on that bike because I seriously could have gotten injured.
You could have.
Because I fell asleep. Like, there was no seatbelt.
Yeah, and you were on the back, so you could have just speed bump.
Yeah, luckily in his back, it's like there's a seat. There is a seat. So that's nice.
I want to tell you about this other case that I heard earlier, but it's like this, it's awful. It really is. But one of them that I was listening to earlier, it was about a girl in Australia. Her name was Kaisha, and such a cute little girl. She was only 6. Well, she went missing. Her mom called the police department, reported her missing, was crying, stuff like that. She had another baby and then a 3-week-old baby. But the more they got into it and the further they investigated, the more they realized it was the mom.
That's disgusting.
The mom. I don't know exactly what she did, but oh no, I remember exactly what she did because it's seared into my brain. She literally hurt this child so much that when the dental, like the forensic dental person came, he said that her injuries were that of a star athlete being injured in the face, like the injuries were. Yeah. And I think they also burned her. Like, how can you do that to your own child?
Fucking seriously.
It's sick.
Ugh.
Anyone
It's so
who does
sad.
that, you know how we used to burn witches or people we thought were witches? Maybe we should do that to the people who want to treat their kids like that. My mom took away my room for a weekend because I wouldn't pick up my toys.
Well, no offense, you deserved it.
I did. I was a shithead.
You want to know what my mom did when I didn't pick up my clothes? Or my toys and stuff? Yup.
Yeah. See, me and my brother... Yeah. Go ahead.
When I was a kid, I had a messy room, and my mom told me to clean it up, and I didn't listen, and so I went to school, and then I came back from school, and all of my toys
were in the trash.
All of them.
Yeah,
all I had was my clothes.
Mine, I got all my toys taken away from me because I didn't clean it up. So I still wouldn't clean it up. So they took away my room, locked me out of my room for almost a week. But I got clothes, and I did play with my brother's toys too.
See, like, that's not abuse. Like,
no, it's not abuse.
Taking a bed away for 6 months is abuse.
No. Yeah, I had a bed. And it's like...
Well, so did I.
Yeah, like, and it's like, but still, it's the fact, like, what we went through, that's okay. Like, that's not abuse. That's not child abuse. Like, that's parents trying to teach their kids, hey, you need to learn to clean up your shit. Because honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. Because sometimes my child doesn't pick up her toys, and I just want to throw them away. But I don't.
Well, your child is like 2.
She's 2. That's why I won't.
Like, you don't.
I'm not gonna do that.
But like, am I upset at my mom for doing that? No.
I'm not either.
I agree with her.
I deserved
Like,
it.
I deserved it. Absolutely.
Daycare once, and I won't say the daycare or anything, but one of the little kids, he would come in, he would just, his ears, he would have rashes and stuff, and all kinds of things. And it's like, he wouldn't speak, nothing. And so I felt like there was something wrong. So I won't lie, I called CPS, Child Protective Services, and they said that they would look into it, and I think they did. It just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah. No.
But everything was
See,
okay. He was okay. It was just who he was as a kid. Like, he just refused to let them do stuff. So, like, I understood that. It just wasn't sitting right
you're
with me.
worried about him, and that's okay. That's okay to worry about him.
If you think it's okay to abuse a child or do those kinds of things, that is where you belong. In a pen, like a pig.
Amen to that. I know a couple people have abused children, but
Same.
And
it does not sit okay with me. Sorry, I got a little closer. One of my friends, she's not my friend anymore, but her son was hitting her and being mean to her while we were in Target one day, and she pulled him to the side because he was screaming and everything. And I looked away and I said, "You do what you got to do." I was like, "If you want to get onto him, you get onto him, because he doesn't need to be talking to you like that." I mean, he was 3, but it's still the fact, like, he needs to know better. Yeah. And, like, she handled it very well, and someone walked by, and I thought they were going to be like, "You don't need to be doing that." And if they would have, I would have been like, "Mind your own damn business." But they were like, "You go, mama." And I was like, "That's better."
That's way better.
Oh, yeah.
No, like, I know multiple people that have abused children. I know quite a few sex offenders.
I hate those people.
Because I'll let it out there. My ex was a sex offender.
Really?
Yep.
Get the
I didn't find out till a year into the relationship.
You know, that's why I do background checks.
Or I think it may have been 6 months. I think it was 6 months.
I don't want to sound crazy, but, like, I do background checks on people. I'll literally, like, look them up and see if they have anything, like, and you can actually call the police station and ask them for their sex offender registry list.
I know.
That is open to the public.
I know. Let me think. I know 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of those lived in the house where I lived.
Damn.
5. I knew 5. Sorry. I knew
Damn.
5. Yep.
I know.
We'll get more into that. That'll definitely be something that will open up.
Oh my goodness. So, you know how we were talking about, like, cases and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one that actually happened in my hometown. I know her name was Angela, I believe. But she had been talking to this guy, I guess, on Facebook and stuff, and they went down to the she went down to the football fields to meet him, and she went missing, and then they ended up finding her in a tub out there. It was either out there at the football fields, or I think it might have been out in the middle of nowhere, but they found her in a tub. But they arrested the guy, and he's still in prison, as he should be.
That's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah. But we did a lot of stuff. It was like all kinds of like a walk a mile in her shoes. And we had a whole bunch of stuff because like she was one of our own, and like I didn't know her, but it's still like that happened in your hometown, and you never think things like that are going to happen in your hometown, but they do.
Exactly. Yep. She needed a break. She needed her get a yogurt.
I want to eat all day. Leave me alone.
I had a baked potato and I had gluten-free corn dogs. But actually, they taste like the regular. Like there's not really a difference. So they're good.
I take that back. I did have full 3 mozzarella sticks from Sonic.
Sonic mozzarella sticks?
Mm-hmm.
Never had that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Do you know what Sonic is?
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Slushies, tater tots. Don't even
you
give
never
me
know.
that shit.
There's some places that don't have Sonics.
Bitch, we had a Sonic before you did.
I had a Brahms.
Sounded good.
I have Brahms. What? Brahms.
Not here.
It's an ice cream place.
Oh, yes. Your dad told me about that.
Oh, my God.
I remember it now. Okay. So we thought it'd be fun in this episode, instead of, talking depressing shit.
We just wanted to talk like fun.
We were going to talk about our drunk adventures. Do you want to go first?
First time ever getting shit-faced drunk was at my friend, my best friend in Arkansas. His name is actually Logan. It was at his party for his birthday, and yeah, I was wasted. I literally had almost 2 whole bottles of Jaeger to myself. I was bigger than I am now, so I mean, I held it, but I'm surprised I didn't kill over. Alcohol poisoning or something. But yeah, so apparently I have a picture that I don't even remember taking. And I was also trying to jump over the fire, butt ass naked.
Girl.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was throwing my guts up too. You've
been hitting that.
I was.
Jesus, that's crazy. And
I
insane.
was sick for like 2 days. I probably had alcohol poisoning. Honestly.
That's probably what you had. I was at a friend's house and they had what was it? It was Kraken? I think it was Kraken. That shit. I was like, so desperate to drink. I was just getting myself like, I was like, I hate this taste, but I just wanted to try it. Oh, 1 shot. Because this is before I was a heavyweight. So I was this is my first time drink. 1 shot. And I was like getting really tipsy. And then, they had beers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wine coolers, really. And so I started drinking those, and, I got drunk, and I decided I was going to, drum roll, do a strip show off the table.
I'm dead. Sounds like me. Sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, and so it actually ended badly, because I was on the table, I was taking off my shirt. Well, then I lost my footing and the table, and I totally just fell off of it, hit my head. Good. I didn't have to go to the hospital. We were good. I passed out after that.
You were
I was done.
Completely donezo's.
Oh, yeah, it was. And, the next morning, I felt like I got hit by a train. It killed me.
It's
Like,
the
Amy,
worst.
like, I looked out the window and I felt like my eyes just got burned by fire.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's like you
hurt.
just want to be a vampire
Yes.
for
I
the
already am
rest
a
of the day.
vampire, but
Same. I like the
I
dark.
like darkness.
My sister-in-law was reading a book today, and she was telling me about a part in it, and she goes, "This reminds me of me and you when you're drunk, and then me when I'm just tipsy." And she told me what it was, and I died laughing because the girl in the book, she was like, the drunk girl, she goes, "Hey," and her friend goes, "What's wrong?" She goes, "You know what I think we should do?" And the friend was like, "What do you think we should do?" And the girl goes, "I think we should commit murder."
Oh my
And
god.
she was like, "You're just saying that because you're drunk." And then she goes, "Fuck you."
The
And
fuck?
my sister-in-law, she goes, "You're the one that's going, fuck you." And I was like, if I'm drunk enough, I probably would be.
Oh my god. Oh my
I
god.
just thought that was so funny.
So, have you ever seen 50 Shades of Grey?
Fuck yes.
Some people haven't, okay?
I want
So,
that. I want that in my relationship.
TMI girl. Speaking of 50 Shades of Grey, I was listening to the audiobook. Oh my god.
I
The
read the
sex
book.
scene that is like 3 minutes in the movie is like 20
10
minutes
minutes.
to 30 minutes.
Yeah, in the book.
Of just describing every single detail. But
Okay.
I loved it. I love
So,
50 Shades of Grey.
shame. So our podcast isn't rated for kids. So I can say
We
this.
already know that.
I can say this though. When I read that book when I was like 16. Okay? When I read that book, when I tell you, my 16-year-old ass got so horny, and I have never had that experience of feeling that before. I was confused.
Yeah, I didn't watch it when I was younger or read the
No,
book when I was younger. I didn't read books when I was younger.
well, I read half of it.
Ooh.
And it got to be way too much and way too in depth for me. So I had to quit reading it. But yeah, those books aren't for children.
Can I tell you my feelings about the movies?
Yes.
So many judge it because, you know, all there's sex in it and it's all about sex and that's what everybody
It's
sees
really
it.
not
But
all about
the
sex.
way I see it
It's all about their
is I
relationship.
see it as she changes him.
Mhm.
She's able to show him that there is people that care, that it's not all about that submissive or dominant. And you know, yes, the first movie is a little like, oh, okay,
The
this is
first
weird.
movie's like, oh damn, we gonna get graphic and
then the
violent.
second one, it shows her showing him love and compassion, but also still keeping it, you know,
still keeping him in check.
Keeping him in check, and also keeping it fun, like not like whips and change, but intimate. Well, the third movie comes out, and you're just like, holy shit! Like they're married and they're about to have a kid. Oops, sorry. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. It was years ago. Get with the fucking program.
Yeah. They had a kid?
But I just... Huh?
They had a kid?
Bitch, did you not finish 50 Shades of Grey?
I don't think so. Last one was 50 Shades Freed, right?
Yes, that's the last one.
I think I have seen it. They had the kid at the very end, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yes, and they bought this beautiful house. Oh my god. I think it was the Grammys. So Dakota Johnson, the one that plays Anastasia. she was at there and she's like, oh my gosh, my dress just broke. And these two girls are helping her. And she's like, well, it's not like everybody here has seen my boobs, so.
Hasn't seen my boobs. Yeah, I know, I've seen that. But it's true. I mean, the world has. Just like Sydney Sweeney. I mean, I'm not going to lie, she kind of got. Sydney Sweeney.
Who's that?
You don't know who Sydney Sweeney is? Have you ever watched Euphoria?
No. Wait, Euphoria. Is that with Zendaya? Oh, yes, I have. Have you seen 13 Reasons Why?
Yes. I cried.
All of it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That worried me a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen it all. It was crazy.
It's a good one.
I've seen
really
all of
it, though.
I've seen it all without the cut versions.
Well, without the cut versions? Same.
Where they cut it out? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I was like...
Mm-hmm. It's your turn to do a drunk story.
It is?
Yeah, I just went. Remember? I fell off the table.
Pull up my notebook. Oh, I have one. So my best friend, Maddie, she had her birthday party. So we went out and we went to a couple places in the city, and then we went to a few places to eat, like, and stuff like that. But I got so drunk. I was in the back of, like, we got out, me and our friend Destiny got out of the car and we started dancing on each other. And I was trying to strip in the middle of the parking lot. And her boyfriend comes out.
What is up with you and stripping when you're drunk?
I don't know. It makes the clothes fall off.
I mean, I guess
heard that
technically
song,
I did.
Tequila makes the clothes fall off. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But, yeah. So,
okay.
I was sitting in the parking lot and we were trying, just stripping it off. And her boyfriend comes out. He's like, Jordan, put your clothes on. And I'm like, okay. I didn't even have any of them off, but I was attempting to.
How about let's talk about my first time in a bar.
Okay.
Of course, I was 21, and I went to this. It was a club, but they were having like a Tim Burton ball. It was so fun. I was dressed as female Beetlejuice.
I would have loved that.
Mm-hmm. And I went to it, and it was so fun. I just kept drinking and drinking. And I remember the ride home. I was laying in the back seat. I told them to pull over because I felt like I needed to throw up. So they pulled over on the interstate. And I felt like I was going to puke, but I didn't puke. Noted right here. I have only puked once from drinking.
Not me. I throw up almost every time.
Yeah, no, not me. Like I said, one time, that was it. And no, but I didn't puke. And so we went home and I passed the fuck out.
That reminded me of another couple other stories. So I was living with my mom, actually. And this was probably in 2020, something like that. And my brother's friend, him and his other friend were there. You know the sangria, the ones that are in the fruit-looking bottles? It's black with a bunch of fruit on them. That is the devil's piss in a bottle. I literally drank 2 of those. And okay, so my brother's friend, I had like the biggest crush on him. Okay.
I know where this is going.
So I had a few ice Smirnoffs, okay, And so I was swimming in the pool with my sister, and I was just having fun. Swimming in the pool with my sister, and then my brother and his friends come. We all start swimming, and I'm drinking those sangrias, and I start just feeling like I don't feel good. So I get out for a minute, and then I'm okay. And I take a breath. I eat something, thinking it's gonna help. All right. Well, I drank one more because I literally only had 2 of those and 2 of the others. And I had drank before, like, a lot. So I knew that my tolerance was not low. I had a high tolerance. I got so drunk. My brother's friend came up to me and went to say something, and I threw up hot dogs all over this man's hands.
That's fucking nasty.
Full on hot dogs and beans because I had a chili dog.
Oh, God.
But he still flirted with me.
You nasty ass bitch.
Still did a year ago.
Oh
So
my
it's
God.
Like, he let it go.
Well, that's a plus.
It was so embarrassing. I wanted to die. And then after that, my mom came outside and started screaming at me and yelling at me and all kinds of stuff. And so I go upstairs and I'm running into the wall because I can't, go into the bathroom. And then she starts coming in there and yelling at me. And then I didn't know my brother and his friends had already came inside. And his friend that I had the crush on was upstairs in his room, and I had to walk out of the bathroom to my room. I didn't have pants. And so they seen full ass. And you know what's really bad? I had work at 6 o'clock the next morning, and it was 3. I went to work the next day drunk and hungover.
Nice. My next one, I wouldn't say I was like completely belligerent drunk, but this is one of like my favorite memories is, and it's happened quite a bit, is I go up to my best friend's house and me and her husband would play beer pong.
Oh, I love beer
And
pong.
we just play for hours. But it was so fun. Like, even if we weren't drinking, like, it was just a fun game to do. But it was such a blast. And that was actually probably one of my best memories with drinking. Because I do have some not good memories with drinking.
I have a couple good ones.
Yeah, me too.
Like my birthday last year. We went to the city because my sister had her graduation because she graduated from school. And sorry, I can't think straight. Yes. If that's what you're thinking, yes.
I think it's funny that like you're telling all these and you're like, I don't drink. I don't drink.
I don't anymore. I used to. I used to a lot.
You know how she says, she doesn't drink? Wait till she comes to Utah. She's going to be drinking with me. I'm not going to be drinking alone.
Oh no, you won't. Trust me. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, about my birthday last year. So my sister graduated and it was on my the day before my birthday. So I was like, "Hey mom, do you care if I go out to eat with my friend Maddie and her boyfriend Sheldon?" So we went out to eat, and then we went to the arcade place where we went, and we were taking shots. And so then we start walking to this other place, and I wasn't feeling them until the last shot that I had whenever we left. And so we get to this other place and we didn't go in because you had to be like dressy, and like we weren't dressed up because
yeah,
for no reason. And so we decided to go to this other bar, and when we got to it, I probably took about 10 shots in that bar because I was like, hey, babe, can I have a shot? Hey, you want to get a shot? You want another shot? Hey, let's get one. And then I would tell my friend, I'm like, hey, do you want a shot? And she'd be like, no. And then I'd tell the bartender, 2 shots, please. And then they'd bring 2. I'd take them both. And so we were trying to cross the street, right? And the thing wasn't green, but there was no cars. I mean, the thing was green for us to walk. And there were no cars coming. So my drunk ass starts walking across the street. There ain't no cars coming. Chewy grabs my hand, pulls me back so fast, and he goes, are you dumb? I was like, there's no cars coming. It's green. He's like, there's a car right there turning. I was like, but we have the green. They don't.
Oh my God.
And I argued with him. And then it was time to leave, and I bawled my eyes out.
Oh.
Because I had to leave my best friend. Like, I bawled my eyes out because, like, that's like my other half.
Yeah.
Like, she has helped me through the toughest times in my life. I texted her and told her I was pregnant. She didn't even believe me. She was like, no, the fuck you're not. Stop lying to me. And now, but she loves her. She loves her more than
And then
anything.
9 months later, out popped.
Literally.
Baby.
2 hours of labor.
Oh, that's not bad.
I had an easy labor.
Not bad
I had
at
an easy
all.
labor.
Did you get an epidural?
I wanted it, but I couldn't.
You didn't get it?
A little pill there, and whenever they do, it's supposed to help dilate your cervix and help get like your mucus and whatever loosen, whatever like that. And so they did one. I was dilated to like a 3, 4. No, I was only at a 1. And so they did another one about 4 or 5 hours later, and it was in there for maybe about an hour. I went to the bathroom because I felt like I needed to poop, and I started pooping, and then I get off the toilet, and literally I just feel water run down my leg, and I see blood, and I'm like, Mom. She's like, what? And I'm like, I think my water just broke. I was really iffy on the epidural because I know if you move the wrong way, that can paralyze you. So I didn't get it. I just did the pain medicine, and I dilated very, very fast. I was dilated to a 3, 4 after my water broke. Then about 25 minutes later, they tried it again. I was at a 5, 6. And the thing is, I was in and out of sleep. So it's like all of this, I don't even remember it. I was high on pain medicine.
Oh, shit.
And so I would whenever the contractions weren't hitting, I would go to sleep. And then whenever they would happen, I'm not going to lie, I was screaming bloody murder. And I even told the nurse, I was like, can I please hold your hand? Please, please let me hold your hand. And she even told me, she was like, honey, I got to go check on someone else. I was like, I just need it for one more second. And then after it stopped, I was like, okay, you can go. And then I fell asleep. And so then they came in a little bit later, and I was dilated at a 7, 8. And the contractions were just getting worse and worse. And I told them, I was like, I was like, I want the epidural. Just go ahead and bring it. And I had fell asleep. I thought an hour had passed. Literally 10 minutes had passed. And I told my mom, I was like, where's this doctor at with the damn epidural? And he came in, when he finally came in there, I was dilated to I think an 8. I was dilated to an 8. And the contractions were literally super, super close together. And he was about to go, I was going to take a breath in and breathe out. And I was going to hold my mom. And he went to stick his hand on my back. And I got another contraction. And I told him, I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to risk it. I was like, I'll just go natural. I had her natural. And
girl,
literally, I told the nurse because they didn't believe me. They felt down there, and I was dilated to a 9, almost to a 10. And it was not even 4 minutes later, I told my mom, I was yelling at her. I was like, Mom, go get a nurse. Go get a nurse. And she's like, why? What's wrong? I was like, I can feel her head. I was like, her head is poking out. And she's like, huh? And I said, get a nurse. Her head's poking out. I was like, she's coming. So she goes and gets a nurse. They call my doctor, and he gets there like 5-6 minutes later, and he's trying to scrub in. And I literally yell at him as he's coming in the door. I was like, she's coming out, whether you're ready or not. So you better get someone down there to catch her.
Of course you would say that.
Yeah. But yeah.
So from when her head was popping out, how long did it take after that?
Oh, I only pushed twice. I pushed twice.
Damn.
They wanted me to push 3 times, and I said no.
That's crazy, girl.
I said, I'm getting her out of me.
Yeah.
Because I did it the first time. We probably should
wrap up.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, well, so, oh, dang. We had a good episode today, too.
Yes, we did.
All right. Well,
and we want to say thank you to everyone who watched today. It means a lot.
It really does.
What would you like to say, Jordan?
Just keep supporting us, even if it's just sharing with people and you don't subscribe. I mean, it's okay. Just watch it, share it, and we hope you like it and hope you keep coming back.
Exactly. And don't forget, we're on Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
And TikTok.
Share with your friends.
All
okay,
right,
well, thank you guys. We will see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.